101.9 in London.
XFM. Wow, here's a bit of a turn up for the books. Carl Pilkington on the line.
Right.
Yeah, where you been?
I'm off ill, aren't I?
Right. Okay, what's the matter with you?
Just a bit bunged up and that, and got the shakes, got that sort of, that shaky thing to get.
Yeah, that's 'cause you didn't eat last time when Suzanne was at work.
Yeah, well I think that's what brought it on, plus she was away in the week and I put some wet jeans on. And I think that's what caused the problems.
Well, when did you put them on your head?
No, they were just on the Maiden and the legs felt dry, but they
Just
were
on the what? On the what? Have you
On
got
the
the Maiden? What was she doing there? What do you mean?
On the Maiden that you put clothes on.
What? Your clothes horse.
Maiden.
Your clothes horse.
Well, yeah.
Right, okay, so you put wet jeans on, yeah?
So that's why I'm ill and that. I'm
Right.
not having a good time. I've been watching the football.
So you're just sitting at home watching telly where you could have been sitting here?
Well, I would have been better off there because I've got a chair there. I've got no chair at home at the moment because
Why?
I sold it last week.
Why did you sell a chair?
What, you only had
I
one
was
chair?
telling you.
What?
Look, can't we just, I just was calling up to let you know I was alright and that.
We're not interested in that, we want to know about the chair.
I sold it. I had a little two-seater and I sold it because I'm getting a new one, but I've got to wait another month.
So you've got to sit on the floor for
So
a month?
you sold a chair before you had another one?
Well, she might not have wanted to buy it in a month or something. So I got rid of it whilst I could. She was alright, buddy. We'll talk about that next week.
Oh, you're gonna be in next week?
I look forward to that then. That's a dynamite piece of radio to tune in for. The
Yeah.
day Carl sold a chair.
Brilliant.
Alright. So you alright then? It's going alright?
But why did you take this long to call? We asked you to call since the very
Because I was
beginning. We've been
watching
phoning you. Why is your phone
Yeah,
switched off?
I heard the beginning. I heard the beginning of the show. I thought, yeah, it's going alright. They're there and stuff. Turned it off. In
You
fact,
turned it off?
No, I put a tape in though, because even though I'm ill, I'm still showing an interest in it.
Well, you're not, if you're watching football and shaking.
Yeah, well, I'll listen back to it later, so I hope you haven't been dissing me.
No.
Right?
Definitely not.
Don't
I'll
listen
be
back to it, it's not
watching
worth it, but we haven't been dissing you, know.
And I've just been watching, a bit of football, right?
Did you watch the Monkey programme last night? You told us to watch the Monkey programme. We all stayed and watched the Monkey programme.
Alright, wasn't it?
What's that?
Rubbish, wasn't it? Obviously not half chimp, half human.
Well, I mean, they missed out a lot of the interesting bits.
They didn't have any interesting bits. Those are bits that you made up to make
No,
it more interesting.
The bits that I told you about 3 months ago before they decided to make the programme.
Yeah.
What were the bits that you came up with?
Well, they missed out the bits about, you know, the zookeeper.
Right, there wasn't a zookeeper, yeah, go on.
Well, there was, but they left that bit out.
Well, okay,
they
fine.
left out-
And they left out the bit where it ran for mayor in
be honest,
1975.
In terms
Did
of those that did research, they actually went and filmed it, you read it on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chances are you're the one with the facts wrong.
Yeah, I think they also left out the bit when it jumped over 3 double-decker buses on a
Yeah.
motorbike.
On Evil Knievel's motorbike.
Yeah. So,
Alright.
I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Not only do you not bother turning up, but you turn off the radio and start watching football.
Yeah, I turned it off, but I've recorded it. I'll listen back later and sort of tell
Well, what
you.
good is that?
Sort of, I like to keep, you know, keep it in shape and that. I'll have a word next week.
Alright. If you receive any phone calls from people you don't know, we don't know anything about that. Instantly, we don't know why that is happening. That is just gonna be a weird, spooky thing, so...
And don't bother telling the story about Men in Black 2 either, because I don't think people will be interested.
Actually, on the subject of Men in
Have you
Black
seen
2...
that?
What?
Have you seen that, Steve?
No, I haven't, Carl. Tell me about
You
it.
should see it.
Go on. Why?
Because there's this thing in it.
Go on.
Uh,
What, a stupid, bald Mancunian tosser?
no, weirder than that.
There isn't anything weirder than that.
Big eyes, it was gangly.
Keep talking.
And, you've got to see it, because you wouldn't believe how the likeness and that. You've got to get the film out tonight.
Right.
It's not as weird, it had a normal voice, right?
He's done you and he's not even here!
I'll tell you what, mate, it ain't worth coming in next week.
Oh, stay on the line, Carl. Play a record, Claire. Kings of Leon, Molly's Chambers. What do you think of that, Carl?
Alright.
There's a surprise.
Oh,
Another
I'll tell you what,
insightful remark.
Steve is not a fan now. Not only does he know you've been slagging him off behind his back.
No, I wasn't slagging Steve. If you get it out on the DVD tonight, you'll know I'm not slagging you off. it could be your brother.
I love the fact that it makes it worse, but you're gonna go, oh, he wasn't slagging me off. It does look like me. I do think I'm an alien. I love the fact that you hope Steve will go, he's got a point. It's a spitting image. Yeah.
I am, seriously, Carl, I'm really angry. I'm so angry with you at the moment.
You haven't seen it yet?
No, I know, because I know what it's gonna be, and I'm just,
Why?
I'm fuming. I'll tell you why I'm angry, because he doesn't do it in jest.
No, but what do you think it's gonna look like? What do you think this thing's gonna look like?
Gonna look ludicrous. It's not gonna look anything like me, but he's gonna, like, pretend it does. Go on, what? Go on.
No, it does look like you.
Yeah, of course it does. And you looked like the, Human Z.
Well,
I mean, to be honest, you did a bit, Carl. You walk like him, you're bold like him, you got a sort of gormless face like him. Any more?
I don't smoke. That does. I'm not arguing with you, I'm not well on that.
Oh, you're not well.
What exactly is wrong with you? You whinger.
Well, it's just, do you know, like I always tell you about the, restless leg syndrome I've got? It's like
Yeah.
that, but all over.
So you're just shaking around the house?
I'm just, yeah.
What do you look like? What are you doing? You're shaking around the house.
I'll tell you, with your bald head, you probably look like an enormous vibrator.
Oh, God.
That's what you probably look like if you strip naked.
Oh, you'll have the Scottish widow coming round. Oh, dear.
That's, what's her name, by the way? I heard you talking about that. That's,
Amanda Lamb.
Amanda Lamb, who's in the Place in the Sun programme.
Is she actually a widow? Is she a Scottish widow?
Just,
Hoots, man, my husband's dead. Do you want any money and a bit of my clam?
Brilliant.
Alright?
That's the sort of, quality you've missed out on today. Well, anyway, you're gonna be back next week. We need you back next week.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you know? It's also, how did you know you were going to be ill today? Because you phoned and arranged this yesterday.
Convenient.
And I spoke to you yesterday and you didn't sound very ill.
I felt ropey yesterday
You've got a bit of a bunged up nose.
Even though I
have a bit of a bunged up
even though I was ill, I still sorted it out. Yeah?
I'm a little bit
Even though I
sweaty.
was
Paul,
ill,
sorting it
I
out does
sorted
not mean
out.
you phone up Sturgis and send her down.
That's not sorting it out, that's making things worse. Have you learnt nothing?
Thanks, Claire.
If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the
All right,
problem.
mate.
Yeah. Oh, my leg's a little bit achy.
I'm wearing wet jeans.
Oh, I put wet jeans on again. My lasagna it was frozen.
Can you hear the venom and hatred in our voices today? We genuinely are upset and angry with you.
Yeah. Can't believe it. I cannot believe that
Right, well, the thing is, we'll be back to normal next week, right? We've got Billy Elliot doing the film next week.
Right.
Any prizes?
Got some good stuff.
Have you got any films with Burt Reynolds in to give away on VHS?
And I'll see you then.
Great, we're looking forward to it already.
I'll see you later.
See you
Alright.
later. Longview. Further on XFM 104.9.
As we're having so much fun with penises,
Yeah.
I thought perhaps I should just mention...
That's a slogan.
we should just mention this story briefly. It's in the paper today. A Russian is selling what he claims is Hitler's mummified penis for £12,000.
Yeah.
Ivan Zadurprov says his ex-Red Army soldier dad hacked it off as a souvenir after storming the tyrant's Berlin bunker after his suicide in 1945.
Yeah. Not.
You
Why
convinced?
did he wait till now?
Yeah.
He's found out that. That might get a bit of £12,000.
£12,000. Which doesn't seem a great deal. Doesn't seem a great deal of money, really.
Well, it's useless, isn't it?
True.
You're not going to be able to use it. It's not going to be able to. It's not going to be a donor. Imagine that if you walked round.
Yeah. You'll never making love to a girl. You'll never believe who this is.
yeah. You never believe who's doing you, love.
Exactly. This is gonna freak you out.
This is, just relax.
Exactly.
Okay, sit down now. Was that
I got a
all
little
right?
surprise for
It was
you.
brilliant, yeah, so you enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Right, are
Did you
you a
notice-
fan of the Third Reich?
Exactly.
Well, no, awful racist. No. Okay, let's go a different tack.
Yeah.
You did like the sex. I love the sex. Okay, then. Yeah, it's not gonna be Hitler's knob, is it?
But I like the idea that, I mean, you're you're in the Red Army.
Yeah.
You've just stormed Berlin.
Yeah.
1945. You crash into the bunker.
You've gone through terrible. How you've lost 20 million comrades.
Unbelievable.
Oppression
It's
everywhere.
been going on for years.
You're in there, you see the man.
Here he is, he's dead.
He's dead,
the figurehead and leader of one of the most despicable,
You turn to your friends, there's a tear in your eye.
Yeah. And your immediate thought is, I ought to chop off his todger.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, I said Bagsy. I said
Bagsy is Winkle.
I said Bagsy is Winkle outside. Whoever it was. Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be Hitler. Brilliant.
It's just, I can't, it just doesn't make sense. It's ludicrous. It's ludicrous. And I don't know how is he expecting to prove this? Because I want some proof.
Well, I think that's why he said that. He probably started off with, I've got Hitler's face. And they went, brilliant. Oh, let's have a look at it. What do you mean let's have a look? Well, just check it's Hitler's face, because obviously I know what he looks like. Oh, yeah. No, it's not. Yeah, you know what no, it's not his face. What wouldn't you know what it looked like? Well, I mean, no one's ever seen his genitals. That's what I've got.
Yeah.
I've got his.
It's got a little swastika on it.
Is that proof, has it?
Yeah, little
Have you got his ball? Well, no, the Albert Hall's got one, his mother's got the other, so I don't know.
See, the Albert Hall, I would have thought, would probably be paying that £12,000, because apparently they've already got his ball.
Yeah, they got one of his balls.
They got one of his balls in the Albert Hall, his mother's got the other.
Yeah.
But if they got the Todger
as well... If they can track down the one his mother's got, they would have a complete set of Hitler's...
I'm just hoping it doesn't fall into the hands of some kind of crazed genetic scientist.
What, I could clone it from his knob?
Could clone Hitler.
Back to... I don't even want to think about the future if that's the sort of way we're going.
Exactly.
If that's the sort of way we're going, Carl, I'd rather not know about it.
What do you make of it, Carl?
Weird, isn't it?
It is weird. I mean, I don't want to go on for this too long. We've probably got about a minute left for the first half hour, and I reckon should can this sort of...
What, 30 minutes of genital talk? Do you think that's enough
just quickly,
on a Saturday afternoon?
There's one in a museum, I think it's like that London Museum.
What? One what?
Well, do you know like how people are buying weird stuff and that to put in museums?
Yeah.
There's this device that... But, I mean, think about it, years and years ago they used to torture people, didn't they?
Yeah.
Really badly. Mm. And the device that they've got...
There's no real good torture, but go on, I see your point.
Yeah, but this device, right, think about it, you've done something really bad years ago.
Yeah.
Right, and you're thinking, oh, what are they going to do? Do you know what I mean? Could do anything here, it could be the end for me. The device they've got is this thing that you put on your bits, as a fella, and it's sort of metal, so it means you can't sort of, you know, get excited. It puts a stop to you, sort of...
That wasn't a torture device. I think it was a Victorian thing to stop adolescent boys wanking. They used to have things like wrist things as well with, like, spikes on them. It's not a torture device.
Isn't that?
Well, not really. Imagine that being captured by,
no,
right, you're never going to get an hard-on again. Alright. Not really a torture device, is it?
And there wasn't that many nice-looking women wandering about anyway back then, was there? You didn't get excited about stuff.
What are you talking about?
Well, they filthy, they stunk and everything back then.
What are you on about?
Right, we've covered that. No more of that talk now, right? Let's move on.
Filthy,
all Victorian women, filthy and stinky.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Better Rolling Stones than set up the old songs of phrase.
Yeah.
Stones, Beast of Burden. We've not played it before. It's an absolute gem.
Kings of Leon, Molly's Chambers on XFM 104.9. Thanks to Lauren Laverne there for the last few hours. Coming up, we have got some great music, Steve. We've got Kings of Leon, as you heard. We've got Alba, we've got The Darks, we've got Coldplay, Coral, Rolling Stones, we've got some Springsteen, The Smiths. Do you know what I mean? Do you need any more? And with all that, we've still got Pete Skinner with his wacky weather report.
Excellent, good old Pete.
Hey?
Nice to have him back.
Good news, Steve. Got something here. Brought in, it's just a normal soup. It's Rooster's Pride. What flavour soup's that, Steve?
Oh, I know you brought that, and it's all it's a genuine article, and it's cock soup. Oh, thanks. Can I have a closer look at that? Maybe there's some more humour I can drag.
What, you want a closer look at my cock soup?
Just a cock soup. Let me just... It says here, delicious, appetising. 3 to 4 servings.
Because you know what I'm thinking of when you're talking about the soup?
I'm trying to think of innuendo.
I'm just thinking of a man's cock.
Penises, yeah. Let me just...
It's the darkness.
Use Rooster's Pride cock soup as a snack with crackers or toast.
Still thinking of a normal knob.
An appetiser, again, or a soup base. That doesn't really work as an innuendo.
No,
that's disappointing. We'll work on that, though. Elbow.
Fallen Angel. See, they're the odd one out, you see, because of what they're like and who they are and how successful they are, I can imagine saying, will you please welcome to the stage, Elbow.
Indeed.
But
yeah.
I wouldn't have. on paper, I'd have thought that was
a terrible band name.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. There are exceptions to the rule.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the Boomtown Rats.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I'd have thought that was I mean, I think it is a bad name.
It is a bad name.
But you can imagine it happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's bad names. So call in if you've got email addresses and let's call in with funny observations on life and shit. So, well, it's going well, isn't it? That's halfway through. Carl, what do you think?
Yeah, it's been alright. It's been alright.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of bases.
We haven't taught them anything.
Not taught them anything. No, we taught them to tune into a different station.
Yeah, I think Heart 106.2 is probably picking up a few of our listeners as we speak.
Yeah.
Who's on at the moment?
Don't know. Doesn't matter on there, does it? They just sort of...
Don't slag them off.
No, I'm not slagging them off. I'm just saying I don't think... You tune in because you want to hear Simply Red and that, don't you? Do you know what I mean?
Well, they play other great stuff as well.
Magic is the one that I love, because I only ever listen to it in a cab.
Yeah.
If I'm in a minicab.
Good, that's good. That is a good station.
But Magic is dynamite. But I noticed on Magic, the DJs have got like 5-hour shifts. It's incredible. They're all...
And they read their own news.
I know. It's like they've cut out any expenditure on that channel. It's just some old records, and one guy has to go on for 5 hours, read his own news, his own travel. There's nothing else.
I saw a bloke struggling once. He sort of wants to be a bit of a sort of comedian, and he does one link. It's sort of one 15-second link between each record. Goes, that's Celine Dion. There's a story in the paper again that people were late for work on the Underground because there was Leaves on the track. Just wondering if Leaves are ever late for work because there's people on the track. It's Simply Red. Oh, bless him.
I still think that he's got to come up with them for like 5 hours.
He's been sweating. Before I was going, I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to kill myself.
Share's almost finished.
Thinking the story about war on Iraq. I imagine if I can't do this anymore.
I can't imagine if humans become extinct.
Would Leaves?
Dinosaurs would kill Iraq.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I can't look at Carl's face when I said that.
The man moth.
Yeah.
They've cloned a man moth.
No, but that's the sort of thing I think we need now, right? We've covered a lot of stuff.
What, education?
Teaching, yeah.
Well, okay, what do you want to know?
Don't know.
Have you got something? Can you educate us on anything?
I've been reading bits.
So could we bring back just for one night only, educating Ricky?
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah. Do you think it warrants that?
I don't know enough about it. You know what I mean?
About what?
It sounds perfect. Play the jingle.
Oh, educating Ricky. He's getting smarter.
A couple of things happened in the week that I read about.
Okay.
Keeping up on what's going on in that.
Sure.
Yeah.
One was about that Galileo fella.
Okay.
Was it about 1636? Was it?
I think it might have been
not
earlier.
bad.
Go on.
Did some stuff with light and that.
Yeah, it did lots of physical experiments, yeah.
Is that it then, Carl, is it? He did some stuff with light and that.
Well, what did he do with light? What was that?
Well, I think he invented the first...
Telescope?
Telescope. So I think it's a particular lens, though, and he did experiments where he dropped famously two different weighted balls from Pisa, and they hit the ground at the same time, showing that doesn't matter, the weight doesn't matter, but air resistance does and stuff like that.
I think he probably explained it a bit better than that.
Yeah, but I'm talking to Carl.
Sure.
But did they need to know
He's
stuff?
just thinking about pizza.
Yeah.
Did they need to know stuff like that back then?
What do you mean, did they need to know stuff like that? It's just...
There weren't people going around going, I've got to drop these two things off the Leaning Tower of Pizza. I just don't know which one's going to land first.
Yeah, I need to know. What do you need to
Bring me
know that?
Galileo.
Yeah.
It's for a bet.
Yeah.
No, but if I was knocking about then, I'd be like, stop messing with that. We need a telly. Or, you know what I mean?
I bet he thinks the Flintstones is real.
I know.
That'd be brilliant. That's what I'd do if I was a caveman. I'd make a telly out of rock.
Yeah.
And a pelican
and a
and
car
a
that I
cement
just
mixer.
ran along the road with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we need a car.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't really got the internal combustion engine. Can you stick your feet through the bottom? Yeah, just get me a car, for Christ's sake.
Anyway, so I learned that. And
Yeah.
then,
What?
He learned his name. Other people I know the name of this week.
Oh, if a chimp could watch telly. Go on, Carl, go on.
And there was also a fella in the week who said that women shouldn't be wearing trousers
Why?
because they don't look good in them.
Right, and who is this man, and from what era did he-
French fella. Last week.
Did he mean walk round naked?
He just said women should wear skirts rather than trousers because no woman looks good in a pair of pants.
Right. How old was he?
It's probably about 67.
Uh-huh.
About that, 67, 68.
Yeah, yeah.
Wasn't happy with that. What do you think? What do you think about that?
It's rubbish.
Yeah.
These are the only things that have caught your eye over the last couple of weeks. This is the entire news.
Galileo did something with light. A French fella said women shouldn't wear trousers. See, that to me wouldn't pass as education.
It's not education.
I don't know where you could ever use that. I don't know when that would ever be applicable to life.
I just like reading stuff that sort of reminds me of. Do you know what I mean? If I read it and it gets me thinking, I think that's a good little piece.
But I mean, but surely can't you just sort of like sit near something that vibrates to keep your brain going, or shake your head every now and again? I mean, what does this do? You mean it makes you start using your brain?
But what aspect of a Frenchman said women shouldn't wear trousers got your mind working? What questions were you
Because I
asking?
thought that's a bit daft, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
it
was
ends there
thinking-
with me. There's nothing else. There's nowhere else for me to go on that.
He closes
Your
the
mind's
gap.
still whirring.
Yeah, go on. What did you think? Let's go through this. Oh, I wish we could download his
I know,
thoughts.
I know.
Just watch it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great, like a DVD? And
like a cartoon.
Imagine that extra footage on the Office DVD.
Yeah, Carl's brain.
That would be
With a commentary.
amazing. Oh, with
What I
a
mean is-
commentary. Go on.
Women wearing trousers and that, right? On the estate that I grew up in,
Yeah.
on right? There was a woman about 4 houses down, right?
Right.
Rough. She's the
She
one
was,
who...
or the estate.
She was, right?
Yeah.
She's the one whose kid took a horse into her house.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
Now, we won't go over that again.
No.
If you're a new listener, I think we've covered... I think they get
That's
the
all you
idea,
need to
don't
know.
they? Right.
Yeah.
Now, she used to wear leggings.
Yeah.
Now, they're a bad idea.
They are a terrible idea. I agree with you there, Carl. If you're a lady of
What
the
colour?
Normo
Were
persuasion...
they pink?
No, they were sort of black, but with all bits on them.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean?
What,
Yeah.
toast and
Just
horse
bits.
droppings. Yeah, go on, yeah.
And she used to, she's quite a big woman.
Sure.
Pauline Quirk, I think
Yeah,
we
well,
described her as.
Looked like a light bulb when
It
she was
is those
bending
kind
over
of
in
women that are
leggings.
attracted to leggings.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
They are drawn to them like a moth. They keep on a flame.
Yeah.
She
yeah.
used to wear them, and that's what I remember when I read this piece. And she used to work on one of those sex line things.
Right.
Right, she used to do that. But
What was she, an engineer?
the weird thing with her was, she had big eyelids
Right.
Go on.
that were too big, and this is what I was thinking.
What
right?
do you mean she had big eyelids? How big do eyelids have to be for you to go, they're big eyelids? What was she shoplifting with them? Would she come out of Dixon's with, like, radio stored in them? What do you mean she
No,
had
it
big
was
eyelids?
It was another one of them popular things around our way. Do you know? Like
What do you mean popular things? They
think
didn't
people
go,
have it.
they go, oh, I'll tell you what, they're all the rage. Can I get some big eyelids, please?
No. It was just like one of them things that people suffered with. Just big eyelids. They could hardly open their eyes.
What do you mean? What do you mean? That's one of the popular things round where I grew up. People had big eyelids, they could hardly open their eyes. What does that mean? What sort of freak town were you born in? You had webbed feet people with big heads, you got women with big eyelids. What does big eyelids mean?
Are you confusing her with the horse?
yeah. Did she have hooves? Look, what?
Just too much skin. It was like the neck of a chicken, but on the eyes.
What's your point? Anyway, so there's this big eyelided woman with the
And
leggings.
that's what I'm saying to you. Though that's when I read that story with people with trousers.
Yeah.
I went from that.
Yeah.
To
into
a
that.
woman who used to have big eyelids. I still know the point.
But then, and also the other bloke who had the eyelid problem was a mate of mine.
Right. Yeah.
His dad had it, and same problem, massive eyelids.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
I used to say to my mum, "Oh, I'm going round to Dave's house,"
Yeah.
and
Or
she'd
Drew
say,
Pig,
"Well,
as you call him.
that's all right, but make sure his dad doesn't take you out in the car because he could hardly." He could hardly see. He had to have his head
You get to tilt his head back to keep his eyelids open.
Make sure! Did he have a couple of matches with him at all times?
What a load of gobbledygook. This began as educating Ricky.
I know,
So
it's
what,
like
he was
people
thinking,
with eyelids.
But it's like you're supposed to make that leap as well.
Yeah.
If I mention the trousers, Ricky will probably be thinking about people with big eyelids and women wearing leggings.
Play a record, Carl.
Got nonsense.
Adverts.
No. No, alright. Let You Down. Gold Rush on XFM 104.9. Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington. Brilliant.
Rick,
So-
I was in, I don't know whether I should tell you this because it might rock you to the very core.
Go on.
But I was in an Indian restaurant the other night, and you've not seen the film. Have you seen the film Notting Hill?
I haven't, no.
Right, in the film Notting Hill, have you seen that, Carl?
Yeah,
Do you remember the bit, Julia Roberts plays a movie star, rather like
She's
Julia
the
Roberts.
most famous.
Yeah,
I know
and she's
her.
in a restaurant having dinner with Hugh Grant, and she overhears some people in the restaurant slagging her off, and saying,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
she's a slapper, probably all actresses are. And she's sort of stewing on it, and Hugh Grant wants to say something, and she says, "No, I won't let you." And then as she's walking out, she goes and says something to them, and of course their faces drop. They can't believe it's her. Anyway, I was in an Indian restaurant the other night, and they were slagging you off, Rick.
Oh,
Well, what they were saying is they were going, "Oh, Ricky Gervais. The thing about Ricky Gervais is he's just like the character he plays.
right.
He's just like David Brent in real life." And I was listening in, and I was thinking, well, I want to say something. I want to go over and have a word and say, you know, you're partially right, but I couldn't. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. I couldn't. What could I do? I couldn't really go over there and get into a rumble.
I want to say, what do you mean that I'm
Yeah.
like him? I use his face and his vocal cords, but I mean, I can't help that.
But it's that thing as well of I don't know where they've got this information from.
But no.
Because you're not, so they're
received.
wrong,
Well,
so-
it's yeah, they've received it from somewhere, or they've read it or something. It's just, but I don't know. I mean, I can't really be annoyed that they're just wrong.
But it was very weird,
It's
'cause
like it's like being annoyed at a vicar believing in God. I can't get annoyed with him. I just don't believe.
But because obviously they didn't recognise me, it's rather like, you know, when they talk about that idea that if you could go to your funeral, what would people
Yeah.
be saying about you? It's
Yeah.
the closest you could get to that,
Well,
in
you-
that you can hear what people are saying about your friends.
But won't you to get around to that? You go, he is. Yeah. What do you think of the other fella? Sometimes with him.
Yeah.
That tall fella. He's good, isn't he?
Yeah,
I know, yeah.
It's a shame actually because on the occasions I do get recognised from minor appearances, I never get any cool fans. I just get the nerds. I get the real nerdlingers. I don't get, you know, beautiful women coming
You're
out.
putting them off though. Putting them off. You've got to take what you can.
Well,
But you'll have nothing.
no, I know, but this girl came up the other day and she said, "Hey, are you that guy who's involved with The Office?" I went, "Oh, yes, I am." She went, "My boyfriend loves you. He's over here." And she pointed him out. I was devastated. I thought, I'm in here.
Yeah.
There was nothing going on. But there was a guy who was in HMV, and he was working with the till. He'd been working on the till, and he saw me. He said, "Would you sign this DVD?" I went, "Oh, no problem." I said, and I was trying to make conversation. I was trying to be frothy, and I said to him, "Oh, selling well, is it?" And he went, "It is. Although we've had quite a lot of returns." I said, "Well, don't tell me that. I don't want to know that."
What did he mean? That they didn't like it?
And
or that
I
they
said, what? People have been bringing it
No,
back.
I think it's
he went,
glitches.
he said they've been bringing it back. I said, what was the problem? He said they didn't really like it.
No!
Yeah, some of them didn't really like it.
You can get it back if you don't like
I
it!
know. I mean, I don't know whether they gave him the money back, but certainly that's what he dealt with. That's what he'd encountered.
And then he said, we didn't give the money back, they just wanted to drop it off. What, they didn't even want the money back?
Yeah, they just wanted to get rid of it.
Yeah, they didn't
Just didn't want it in the house.
It's like,
I don't want this rubbish in the house.
Oh, but we still get the money for it, do we?
We still get the money, but do you know,
Brilliant.
I told you that at the
Brilliant.
time. Again, because people don't recognise me, again, I was in a record shop, there was a stack of Office videos, and this guy went by, and I sort of heard them as they went by, he went, "Oh, Office, yeah, a lot of people like that. I think it's shit." His mate went, "I agree."
Really?
And of course, again, what could I do? I couldn't say anything, I couldn't pipe up and go, "Well, that's sort of..."
I
a bit of an insult.
like the fact that you're always hearing these loud vocals.
Yeah.
It's,
yeah,
it's
you know,
great. What's the chance of that two feet? That's brilliant. Maybe
Well, it
maybe
is
everyone's always slagging it off.
But it's part
That's it.
Yeah, that's part of it, but also because I keep hanging out by stacks of Office DVDs.
Oh dear.
Wearing a t-shirt with a picture of you and me on it.
Yeah, that'd do it. What we got to play, Carl?
Something Steve wants.
Well, actually, I must dedicate this to someone who's emailed in. I mentioned earlier that I was going to play some of the Roots, and Joe from Peterborough's very excited about that. So, this is not from the current Roots album, sadly, which I've not fully absorbed yet, and therefore don't feel I can make a decision on which track to play, but maybe that'll come
That's the sort of
sometime in the
effort
future.
and thought we put into our, you know, picking music.
Exactly.
I had these cassettes still in my bag from last week.
Sure. Anyway, this is from the album Things Fall Apart. It's the Roots featuring Erykah Badu. You Got Me. Let's play it. I'm not a champion of Rockbusters, as you know, but I think it's overstayed its welcome. But I'm
Well, I think
with
Carl's just giving the fans what they want here.
it. Okay.
It's a popular thing, isn't it?
Got some good
The
prizes.
press
Well-
are behind it.
Let me tell you what the prizes are. It's a dance music compilation, Cream Trance Anthems 2003. We
Brilliant.
play a lot of trance on the
Well,
station.
I put that on quite a lot and danced to it
Exactly.
myself.
There's the original motion picture soundtrack to the forthcoming film adaptation. When you've seen the film, I'm sure that will mean more to you.
You
It's
like
a
that,
good-
don't you?
It's a good movie, yeah. Nicolas Cage
I
playing
haven't seen
himself
it.
and a twin brother. And it's written by Spike, it's directed by Spike Jonze.
Joined at the, what?
No, they're not joined at the hip at all, or at the face. And we've also got the best one-hit wonders album in the world ever. What have we got on there? We've got things like The Crazy World of Arthur Brown, brilliant.
Nana, 99 Red Balloons.
The Rembrandt. In fact, it kicks off with Nana.
Sure.
That's followed up by I'll Be There For You, the theme from Friends by the Rembrandts.
Yeah.
And of course, Breakfast at Tiffany's by Deep Blue Something.
Brilliant. Deep Blue Something. Is
What
that the
happened
worst
to
name
them?
ever?
I think it possibly is.
No, Sixpence None the Richer.
Sixpence None the Richer
That's
is
a
quite
pretty bad name.
Okay, again, I know we've got a lot of chill out fans who listen to us, so the best chill out album ever.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, of course, all these prizes collated by Carl from, I guess, people's drawers.
Yeah,
maybe their
looking in a
bags.
drawer, looking in a drawer.
Oh, dearie me.
What is it?
The only thing probably worth having is a, I mean, it's topical, if nothing else, Carl. A 7-inch by the White Stripes. Merry Christmas from the White Stripes. That was their exclusive
Brilliant.
Christmas single. So if
So
it's-
that's early, isn't it? That's
It's
you
worth
get that.
something. It is worth
A lot of
something.
people have got to wait 11 months before that's released. Or is it last Christmases?
Exactly. And I have never heard of this DVD.
Go on.
I like to think of myself as being fairly familiar with TV and films, but I have never heard of Stephen King's Rose Red. Welcome
On
to
DVD.
a place evil calls home. And it's on DVD, it's certificate 12, so don't imagine anything too shocking. And it looks appalling. Is Rose Red Mansion truly haunted? To find out, Professor...
Okay, we've got the gist of it. They're
It's a
not
living
very
place
good
of dread.
prizes. They're cobbled together, but if you've got nothing better to do, call in if you know the answers to these clues. It's Rockbusters.
Let's not let
Right,
them call in,
so
Rick.
I
Please don't
give
let
you-
those people call in.
I
No,
give you
no,
some,
they're not calling in. It's email only. Carl, don't interrupt me.
I'm just
Yeah. Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. Email only. I can't stress that enough.
We just don't want to speak to you people.
Right, go on.
right. So I give some initials out and a cryptic clue, and it makes up the answer and that.
Well, sometimes it does, yeah. Go on.
There's two of them. There's a new aspect which I'll explain about in a minute. So the first one is cryptic clue is, well, if he would have been wearing an helmet, it would have been all right. And the initial there is B, right? So, well, if he would have been wearing an helmet, it would have been all right. That's B, right? Band or an artist. Second one. Why are them Jamaican fellas swinging fish around their head?
Okay.
All right.
Just
Initials
fills me with... oh.
DS. DS. Why are them Jamaican men swinging fish around their head? All right. And the final bit to Rockbusters. It's a new bit. Last week I played you this.
Look at his face, goes along
Right?
with it.
That's someone beating up a dog. That was Smack My Bitch Up. Right. So here's some sound effects and that, and they make up a song.
I can listen to him talk
Hang
all
on.
day.
Let's have a listen to the effects. Alright.
Terrifying.
Right, I told you not to play that one, it's rubbish. No one will get that.
Well, we'll see.
I heard that, I can't always say, what do you think? I said it's rubbish, no one will get it.
No, it's not the one you think it is. Ah, right. So, email in, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk and you win that stuff.
I'm a little bit confused. I'm here. I've heard what you're saying. We've discussed this in the past. I don't know what's happening.
What's
The
that?
first-
Is that a clue? That's a cryptic clue, that screaming to a song, is it?
Do with screaming.
Well, don't say it!
So
It
that-
should stand up by itself, don't give him any clue!
Hang on a sec. So this is the name of a song. It's not a band or an artist.
Yeah,
the sound
that's-
effects.
So the
a song.
first two are bands or artists, and the last one is the name of the song.
I said we should abandon this.
Okay, right. Do the questions and the answers. And if I think that it's either too hard or ungettable because it's stupid, we're binning it.
Right.
I thought we'd already been. I'm annoyed. That
Right, come on. Do it quickly.
The first one was, well, if he would have been wearing an helmet, it would have been alright.
Right, what's the answer?
That was B.
What's the answer?
Busted.
Right, that works. All right.
Busted. That's fair enough.
Did anyone get that? I assume
No.
some people got.
No. People have given up, Rick. People aren't even bothering to contribute.
Right, what's the next one?
They've just ignored it like it never happened.
Busted.
Second
Busted.
one.
Busted.
Why are them Jamaican men swinging fish around their head?
Go on.
That was DS.
Yeah.
70s band
Detroit Spinners.
The Detroit Spinners have become the D-Trout Spinners.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brilliant. And then the final bit, I'll play you some effects.
Let's hear this. Let's hear this. It's terrifying, Carl. It's sinister.
Well, what's happened there? What was happening?
No, what's the answer?
That was Born Slippy. The woman was having a baby, the doctor tried to grab it, it fell onto the floor.
That's in your head, Carl.
That's just a load of screams.
That's in your head.
Oh.
Do you know what? I haven't even got onto Born Slippy. I'm still on Detroit Spinners.
Well, let's put a song, that's it.
I don't know what to say. The darkness growing on me on XFM 104.9. Going well, isn't it?
I've enjoyed it so far.
It's been a bit naughty and everything.
Yeah, it was a bit
like,
smart.
Nothing
wrong with that.
No. Carl.
Alright.
Having a good day?
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah?
What mood are you in this week?
What
Because we always
mood
have to try to assess each week, you know, I was a bit edgy.
He's got a red head. What's all that? He's got a red head all around the side and the front. What's that?
Sunburn?
No, I think I'm allergic to having my head rubbed.
Right. Right, now who would rub your head? That sounds a bizarre thing. Your girlfriend?
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Who's rubbing your head?
Well, yeah, but I was squeezing his head, fair enough, and he was screaming in agony, and then he went and made me a cup of coffee, and as he came over, just spilt boiling hot coffee on my legs. I'm all wearing shorts, and he went, sorry, just like that. It's like a series of Jackass out there this morning. I mean, my legs are burnt, your head's a little bit red, but apart from that, having a good day?
Not bad. I was on the way in today, right, Steve?
Walking in?
Walking in, always walking in. I get left early and stuff. I like to get in early, get some bits done, that.
Yeah. Monkey News, songs of phrase.
That sort of thing. And living in London, right, there's a lot of shops that open early and stuff, do you know what I mean? People say that's a good thing about London.
Yeah.
It's almost like 24-hour city and stuff, right? I'm walking in and there's like, you know, you've got your news agents open.
Obviously.
You know, selling newspapers and that's good, they've got to be open early.
Yeah.
Then you've got your coffee shops, your Starbucks,
You'll have a cup of coffee in the
do you know what I
morning.
mean?
Yeah.
They're doing well in the morning.
Yeah.
Then you see, like, the odd restaurant, and you think, well, maybe they sort of got the doors open, but they're preparing for lunch, so you think, fair enough.
Yeah. I'll
Right.
let that pass.
Yeah. Carrying on walking down the road. Bondage shop. Open.
Sure.
About 10:30.
Yeah.
Busy, was it?
There's a couple in.
Really?
Some good offers. About 10:30 for a bondage shop.
I'm assuming if you're into bondage, though, you stock up at any time, day or night. I mean, you don't...
Yeah.
Well, I assume it...
I suppose you get up and you go, oh, I've got nothing on, I need to be a bit tied down.
Yeah.
I need some rope.
These clothes are too baggy, I need more belts.
Oh, God.
I need more straps.
Yeah, get some rubber on my face.
Weird, though, isn't it?
What were you doing in there?
So, just having a browse. But, so a bit worried, really, because the things that I've noticed this week, like that's probably a little bit small. You've brought your soup in.
I just found it out there. Sorry, yeah. It is Rooster's Pride cock soup, noodle soup mix, chicken flavour. But, I mean, do they not know that is obviously just going to be used on the Graham Norton show and Chris Tarrant when he's doing his show abroad?
Yeah.
I mean, do you know what I mean? How could they call it cock soup in this day and age?
Don't keep saying it.
Well, no, it's fine, because you say cock as long as it means the male we've done this.
Oh, do you mean a chicken?
Yeah, look, it's a picture of a chicken.
Yeah, sorry.
What did you think it meant?
No, I don't know, I thought it was in my head.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there's something else that's a bit sort of...
A bit blue?
A little bit blue, but then it's real as well, do you know what I mean?
Well,
it's
that
a problem.
excuses it.
Go on.
There's a programme
We
in the
couldn't
week.
have said the cock soup if we'd made it up, but because it's real, it's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. We also couldn't have said the cock soup if we'd have meant a male penis.
Thankfully we don't, so...
We mean a
no,
little
no.
chicken. Go on.
Yeah, this programme was on, it was Wednesday night, something. About this little lad.
Yeah.
Who was a fella and a woman.
At the same time. What was
do
it,
you
like
mean?
like a cartoon with a secret identity?
By
Yeah.
night. What do you mean? He had both
By day a
sets?
boy, by
Yeah,
night a
yeah,
woman.
he had it all.
What,
Yeah,
what'd you... Sorry, wait. So he had male and female genitalia. So what do you call someone that's born like that?
Weird.
Weird. Yeah.
There was the term for it. Go on. You know it. We've talked about it before.
Aphrodite.
Nearly! So close! Hermaphrodite. Yeah, hermaphrodite. Yeah.
That's weird, don't it?
Yeah.
And he had the ball,
Yeah.
and he had the...
Well, what happened was he was born, right?
Obviously.
And the doctor said, there you go. Lovely little boy and girl. So the mum was like, what? So he said...
No, I don't think the doctor was sarcastic.
Yeah, what?
I don't think the doctor was, sort of dissing them.
Yeah.
There you go. What do you mean, doctor? We'll have a look. There's the cock, there's the minge. All right, see you later. What are you going to call it? But doctor, what do you mean? Have a look. He wasn't sarcastic. He didn't give
Doctor,
clues.
tell me what you mean. Give me a straight answer.
He probably went, oh shit, she's got a cock. He didn't go... He wasn't sarky to the parents.
No,
Anyway.
no, but I'm just getting across, do you know what I mean? I always had a little bit just to...
Yeah, I know you
spice
do,
it
yeah.
up,
You should
spice
be
it
a
up.
newsreader. Be brilliant.
So there's a little kid lying there,
Yeah.
and the mum says, you know, what am I going to do then? So the doctor, I mean, I'm condensing this. It was like
Sure.
an hour long.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he says, she said, what will I do? And the doctor said, well, he's not sort of well hung,
Right.
Oh,
so
he's
better-
not sort of well on. This doctor
medical
has
term.
been, I assume, has been struck off since for saying these things.
It was a real doctor. It wasn't Dr. Fox.
Yeah. Right, go on.
So the doctor said, so I recommend that we make it a woman,
Right.
right? So they sort of do a little bit of,
Jiggery pokery.
yeah, a little bit of work. And
I don't think that's true, Carl.
no, it is. It was on the programme.
But I think they can tell really what they were meant to be from their chromosomes, though, can't they? They can tell whether X, Y, Y, or
Yeah,
X.
not just... It's not
It's
very
just-
well hung.
No, I
Yeah.
tell you what, because back then, when this was going
Yeah,
on,
no,
right,
I'm just thinking they might not have had...
the doctors then thought if you had a kid, right, and you thought, it's a bit ugly, maybe it'll have a better life if it was a fella. If it was a girl and it's a bit ugly and you think it's going to get a hard time.
Right, don't talk shite.
What?
What? That a doctor would go. Right, you've had a young girl. I'll tell you what, she's a pig. Let's pop a cock on her. Don't
No,
talk
I'm not saying.
shite.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, say if you have like I say, a girl. I just think it's harder if a girl's ugly
Yeah.
and she's growing up.
Yeah.
She has a harder time.
Yeah.
Don't you agree with that? If
Possibly, but you don't
they
change someone when
change-
they
don't-
when
No, yeah.
you don't change their gender
no,
because they're
I'm
a
just
bit of a
saying.
minger.
What I'm saying is the Elephant Man would have had a harder time if it was Elephant Woman. Is what I'm saying. But listen to me. Listen. What the doctor was saying is, if you get a baby before it's 2.
Yeah.
Back then, they thought you could sort of say, well, instead of giving it a go-kart, give it dolls to play with.
Right, back when? What are we talking about?
The Middle Ages?
Well, we put a song on, come back to this.
Yeah, it's Bruce Springsteen, Atlantic City. Bruce Springsteen, Atlantic City, on XFM 104.9. Okay, look, have another go, Carl. What were you saying? As an hermaphrodite, yeah, it was born with both sexes. The doctor said he's not well hung, let's lose that.
Let's get rid of that.
Let's make
Make it
it
a
into a
woman.
girl. Okay. I'm with you so far, go on then.
So, anyway, gets away with it a little bit in the early years. Right. Starts going to school, gets away with it a little bit,
Sure.
right? But then, do you know when you get to that age and your head goes all funny? Like when you're a teenager and you sort of, I don't know, your skull goes...
Mine never did.
What are you talking about?
No.
Yes,
That's
what do you mean your head goes all
teenage
funny?
years when you look a bit odd. Do you know what I mean? You go from being quite a good-looking person and then your body starts growing.
At a different rate, so
Yeah,
you
so-
never know. You never know till 21 whether you're going to be a looker or not, or whether it was just.
Yeah.
I know.
Right.
Go on.
Yeah, I'm still waiting.
So,
Your head grew outwards at exactly the same rate, didn't it? That's why it's
Your
spherical.
head grew faster than your hair.
He's got a lovely head of hair, but
Exactly.
just below the skull.
Yeah.
He's got a little afro in there,
Yeah.
but it just couldn't get through the follicles. It couldn't catch up the skull. Expanding. Oh, bless him. Oh, come on, Baldy.
but the thing is, right, so you see these pictures of the lad stroke woman
Yeah.
who's trying to be a woman at the age of 14, 15.
Yeah.
She's got one of them big heads,
Right.
like a
okay.
lad. Doesn't, she starts having a hard time. She doesn't want to play with her mates, with the dolls and all that. She's more into go-karting and that sort of thing. Gets to an older age.
Yeah.
Decides to go back. Is now sort of with a woman and having a life of a fella.
But did he did the doctor keep it for him in case he needed it?
No, he's had one put on though.
Has he? Where'd he get that from?
Dunno, maybe that bondage shop.
What do they do when they do that? Do they put on a... What do they do? Maybe someone could call in and tell us. If you're a woman... and you have a...
Do you want to speak to someone who's got that information?
Yeah, I do want to know. What do they
If you've
use
got that information, I don't want to talk to
Do
them.
they construct one? Do they construct it?
From plasticine.
Or do they whack on a dead one?
What?
What?
Whack on a dead one?
Yeah.
What? What? That's not. It's not. What do you mean? No.
When a woman has a knob put on
Yeah.
to have a sex change, where do they get it from? Is it constructed? Do they find like I don't know
From a donor.
a donut?
From a donor.
Oh well, yeah, a donor.
A
What?
donor. Yeah.
Yeah, but presumably it's like
Maybe there's someone who
well,
wants
after
to
they're
become-
dead. I mean,
No, I thought maybe
very few
there's-
people. It's not like giving someone a kidney and then sort of like celebrating
maybe
with
if you're
them.
a guy and you want to become a woman, you've
That's
got one to
true.
spare.
That's true. Yeah.
But a swap.
Yeah, just do a little swap, probably on the internet or something.
Or Noel Edmonds
What do you mean? What,
on
what-
Swap Shop.
He's not a man.
No, but he could go, we got a fella here who, got a lovely, nearly new, unused penis. Wants,
Yeah, Keith Chegwin out in
once-
kind of Bognor Regis.
wants a couple of tits and a fanny for that, so, call in.
It reminds me of the, do you remember the John Wayne Bobbitt story? Which
Yeah.
it's always seemed odd to me. I never really kind of got all the information. Do you remember that one, Carl, where the woman cut off her husband's penis because
When he was
adulterous or
sleeping.
something? I think he was sleeping, and she drove off. I think he
threw it
woke
in the
up
woods.
quite
She
quickly.
yeah, that's so much better than the
Exactly,
alarm
than the
clock,
alarm
isn't it?
call,
Yeah.
And she threw it out. She threw it out of the car
window.
into the woods,
Yeah.
and he went and found it.
Yeah.
But imagine if he'd got to the hospital and they'd sewn it back on. He'd gone. That's bigger than I remember. I'm not sure this is mine.
How many of you got? That's where we done Paul the Knobs.
We done Paul the
That's
Knobs
where-
down there.
Yeah. That
That was an extraordinary story. And then, bizarrely, he became a porn star.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very strange life that man's had.
Well, it is a bit of a shock to the system, isn't it? Oh, cutting your knob off.
I know.
Do you remember that French bloke, the performance artist of about 1910? Do you remember him?
No.
He, as a performance art, he had it in a theatre. He cut his knob off to a crowd of people. Now,
What?
yeah,
That's only a one-night trick, though, isn't it?
exactly. But what if there'd have been a bang outside?
They went
and
encore. He went, what?
Yeah, or they looked outside because a car backfired. He
Yeah.
went, "Did you see that?" I go, "What?" I go, "Oh, just cut my." Did you? Yeah. Think of that.
Sacre bleu.
I know. French are funny, aren't they? Cutting your knob off for your art.
Weird, isn't it?
Okay. Now,
White Van Carl?
this is this is where we.
Oh, that's too much.
If you'd have seen his face then, Steve, his eyebrows sort of went down while you were doing that face. He genuinely looked pained.
It's like you're back at school, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's starting to get hard work now.
No, okay, we just do White Van Carl then. This is your opinions. You can't be wrong on this, can you?
There's no right or wrong answer here. Okay.
Right.
But so this is where we ask Carl his views on the big news stories of the week. Basically, we've stolen an idea from the Sun newspaper, and
So this isn't cruel, this programme, is it?
oh, I don't think so.
Picking
It's
on
not-
me.
It's not, is it?
It's weird because a few people have said, "Oh, you're picking on me." It depends how you look at things, isn't
Sure.
it?
Yeah. But you do you like it?
I mean, we could look at it like it's a laugh, so
Yeah,
it's not a
but
problem for us.
You know we like you. You know you're our favourite.
Yeah.
I'm going to say thing in the world, but I don't mean that. In a derogatory way.
No, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So your views, please, on the fact that attitudes are changing to the possible marriage of Charles and Camilla.
Oh, what do you think of that?
The roars at the moment, because the recent tragedies are apparently high in the polls, and people are coming around to the idea of Charles and Camilla getting hitched. What's your thought?
Whatever, really. I mean, if they're happy with it. The thing that comes out of it most is it just goes to show, right, that there is someone for everyone. Just because, I mean, no disrespect to Camilla, I'm not a good-looking person either, but she isn't a stunner, and yet she's gone and picked up a royal. Right?
Yeah.
So I think it's good for things like that to happen, because it cheers you up. Do you know what I mean? Gives you a bit of hope.
Thanks, Carl.
So yeah, it's good. If they're happy, if anyone's happy, it's a good story, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's had a bit of bad luck. and now he's got someone else in his life. So.
While he's doing this, I'm just doing a list of questions to ask him what he thinks of things in the world.
Okay.
Is that alright?
Yeah, no problem.
No problem.
Okay, what do you, make of, well, now listen, this may be a non-story, or it may be the biggest story that's about to break. Ulrika Jonsson and Sven-Goran Eriksson's affair. Are you familiar with this? It's over the papers today. Apparently, Ulrika and Sven are going out, although there appears to be no evidence for this.
Yeah, I don't even give it time of day.
Do you not?
Right, well done.
Doesn't affect me whatsoever, as long as he does his job well.
Yep.
And what's she doing at the moment?
Presenting Dog Eat Dog, I think?
Like, you know.
As long as she does her job well.
As long as they both do their jobs well.
Well, yeah, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
that's going on with a lot of people out in the world, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Just because he's an England boss, as long as, you know, we win the games and that, he's doing his job. If she's, you know, gets a dog winning a prize or whatever.
No, okay. It's not worth it. Carry on.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Dog winning a prize.
I haven't seen Dog Eat Dog. What's it
Okay,
about?
it's alright.
Right,
No, go on.
so that's it, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay, what about this then? Are you, disappointed by the nation that, a third of us are apparently unaware of St. George's Day?
23rd.
Is St. George's Day the one with the snakes that we've talked about?
No, that's...
Are you one of that third, do you think?
St. George is the patron saint of England who, killed the dragon.
Yeah, I mean, there's too many of these days, isn't there? That's the problem. If you make it a bit more special, like Christmas, so you buy presents and that for each other, then people will remember it. But there's so many of these days, with Easter and Pancake Tuesday and all that. So, it's not surprising. I think as time goes on, we'll find that a lot of these days will just disappear, because, you know, people are busy.
There'll be new ones, won't there?
I don't know, people
There'll
are
be
that
like
busy.
Gareth Gates Day in 50 years' time.
It's just weird. I mean, I remember being a kid, right? Going out on a Sunday and shops would be shut because it was like, you know, the day of rest and all that. People don't care now. It's like, well, we can make some more money, we'll open the shops.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's
Is that a
all
good or a
about-
bad thing, Carl?
It's good, because I remember I used to have to get up early to go and get some bread if we didn't have any in. Because the shop would only be open for a couple of hours in the morning.
Yeah.
Whereas now I'd be able to...
Yeah, I
lie
remember
in.
that. I remember that. Shops, and you couldn't get aspirin and stuff,
Exactly.
certain things,
Nightmare on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah,
So-
that's right, yeah. And pubs didn't open till 12.
Do you remember space operas?
Yeah. Yeah, shut up. Can I ask you something?
Go on.
Okay, I've got a little list of things. What do you think of, like, those pug dogs that are bred and they can hardly breathe?
Evil.
Yeah. What do you think of, gays?
They're alright. Do you know what I mean? Just like straight people, you get bad ones, you get good ones.
Exactly.
Eh?
We've learnt a lesson today, haven't
Absolutely.
we? Let's play a record.
Yeah? What do you fancy? A bit of Radiohead?
Yeah.
You don't mind, though, if people think we're gay, for instance, when we go to the BAFTAs
No,
tomorrow?
that's terrible. I don't want that happening.
Why?
Hey?
Why?
Because I'm not. That'd be a lie. I don't like lying. If I was, I'd say I was gay,
Yeah.
but I'm not.
We'll say you were, just pretend.
We won't get in otherwise.
No.
Just a little kiss and a cuddle.
Say I'm a bit gay.
No. I'm not gay.
Alright, well, this is the final one. Play the jingle.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news, ya.
Right, well, this monkey news story, right, it's about, this fella. A couple of fellas in Texas.
Yeah.
Sort of running a farm.
Yeah.
Right?
Just because they're definitely fellas. Well, how tall are they?
no,
Can we
the fellas
just let
Okay, they aren't human beings. These two are human beings.
Time's against us.
They're
Rick.
running this farm and that. And, anyway, so they're outside getting the cattle. And he turns round, right?
It's just that cow's...
Couple of monkeys walking about. So he goes, what's going on? Right. So anyway, so it's in Texas. They don't know what to do with the monkeys. There isn't a zoo. It's fairly barren there, isn't it? You know what I mean? Not much going about. So the other fella who runs the farm with him says, look, we need a bit of an hand. Right? So, said, let's teach them some stuff. And the monkeys were happy with that, because they were lost anyway, right? So they had
They had nothing to do. They were bumming around, they were looking for work.
They'd hired a motorhome. They'd
Yeah.
got out of their way.
Maybe it's like the Hulk, they were like Bruce Banner wandering around going, oh, I need some work. You won't get angry, will you?
So anyway, right, so they taught these monkeys how to ride a horse, right? So they've both got a...
Sorry, you're sure Charlton Heston's not going to pop up?
They both
You're sure
got-
you weren't watching a video last night and thought it was a documentary?
They've both got a horse each, right? They've been given, like, a little lasso and all that
And a
business.
gun.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't talk
Right.
shit,
So,
Carl.
anyway, it's going well, and it carried on for about 2 years, this, right? It's like, you know, rounding up the cattle every night and all that.
yeah.
So, the two fellas are chatting, going, "It's worked out well, hasn't it?"
Right, if there's a hostile takeover, and they sort of like buy up 51% of the shares or
So
something.
it says, for this to continue, the monkeys are getting old a bit now. We need a little woman monkey in here to sort of get some kids going for like the future farm people.
Forward
Right?
planning, yeah.
So they get a little woman monkey.
They
in.
decided to only hire monkeys from out then.
Why not? It's working. Why mess with something when it's not broke, right? So they get the little woman monkey in. They have kids and all that business, right? But the problem was, right, when they first got the woman monkey in, it was like, well, which one's gonna have the woman, right? So they started sort of fighting a bit and what have you. But because they'd seen the owners of the farm with like
Don't
guns
tell
and
me the
stuff,
baby monkeys didn't want to go into the family business, went off to be a lawyer.
they had a bit of a shoot-off.
Shut up!
They got two monkeys, right? And
Don't stop!
because they'd seen the owners with guns and what have you.
No!
That sounds
So they had a bit of a shoot-off.
Yeah.
That's how they sorted it out.
And who won?
I think it was George. The one called George.
Right.
So I think they had 17 kids. The farm's still running. So that's like the last little monkey news there.
What? Someone's left one of those little things in here. It's brilliant, isn't it?
Amazing. What are they called, those things?
I imagine that just then I was thinking of being in the front row at a Morrissey concert and going, can I just play along? They are brilliant.
I don't know what kind of sound that is.
I don't know. It's only used for when Kenneth Williams
Yeah, exactly.
sees someone undressing.
Yeah.
That's the only time that is used, that noise. That is
But it's
brilliant.
like it was specially created for the Carry On films.
Yeah, we need, I don't know what it is, but we need something when I walk in and see someone changing. Well, what about this? There is a light that never goes out by the Smiths. I phoned Carl up in the week, yeah, and I said, what are you doing? He went, well, even though it's one of my days off, I'm just doing some research on the web. Found anything that said, yeah, I'm doing science. And then he said, you can get wigs for dogs in Tokyo. That's his scientific fact. And I went, what do you mean, dogs, if they need a wig? I said, if they need a wig, what, dogs going bald? And he went, like, this is fine to him, he went, it's a stressful city, Tokyo. The world's alright with Carl. He's always got an explanation. I've only ever seen him confused once. When, in Edinburgh, he looked out of his window one day and he saw a bloke putting a parking ticket on some rubbish.
Yeah.
And that genuinely confused him.
Yeah.
He couldn't work out, could you?
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
And the woman breastfeeding her 8-year-old child. You didn't like, did you?
I don't like that. But, the what's the name? Animals with wigs. I kind of thought, after I put the phone down to you, I kind of thought about it, thought, yeah, it was a bit daft, that.
Are you sure it's not the ageing pop group?
No.
The Animals?
But when you think, have you ever seen, like, a bald pet?
No.
It's weird.
What do you mean?
Because my mum, we had a cat, we used to get through loads of cats because we lived there.
Oh God! It started early today, isn't it?
What do you mean?
It's only 10 past one.
Cause
What
we
are you
lived
doing?
No,
Running
we
a
lived,
restaurant?
we lived on.
Oh God! What do you mean?
No, we lived on like a main road.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
we used to get through a lot of them. My dad
It was
kept
their
saying,
risk.
you know, stop wasting money. You know, it's not.
Stop
good.
wasting money, not wasting cats.
Right. So anyway, we had this cat that was ill all the time, and
It's just bag of news, probably.
Yeah, malingerer. Yeah, I'm terrified.
I'm going to which house?
Rome. Oh God, bloody hell. Rome.
Don't let me go to the Pilkingtons.
and it, for some reason, it kept being sick all the time. Right?
Yeah, that is news. That's definitely news.
So my mum kind of thought, oh, I've had enough of this, and she shaved it.
What? Whoa! 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 Now I know you're not vets in your family, but what correlation did your mum think there was between you being sick and shaving it?
Because it kept being sick, and it was a pain to wash, because it kept getting
So
caught
she
up.
wanted a dry wipe cat.
So,
Why didn't you just varnish it? What?
it's weird, though.
So now he's cold and sick.
No, but not all of it. She left sort of the back half, but sort of from its waist, sort of.
I love that! Shave it because it's sick on itself!
And
That is
it was
genius.
the weirdest looking thing. I mean, normally I like cats. I'm always like giving yours a stroke on the head and that.
Yeah.
As soon as she did that, it was like, oh.
Yeah.
can't touch it. And then
So now it's sick, cold, and hated.
Yeah.
I love. Carl.
It must have, I mean, the other cats must have been taking the mick out of it constantly. You're just making things worse. Did it get, I'm hoping that it got run over and was put out of its misery.
no, I think it got all right, that one. Or is that the? Yeah, it did get run over. It did.
Ah! Oh, God. Oh. Oh, dear.
How many cats do you say you've got through?
I'd say whilst I was living at home, I mean, it's still on the increase even though I'm not there. So whilst I was there, probably 5.
God.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
And were you upset each time, or you just got used to it?
It's one of them things, isn't it? Like I've said before, when you first see something, it's a bit of a shock. Do you know what I mean? It's like the Elephant Man or whatever.
Yeah.
First time you see him, it's that sort of, oh, look at that.
Do you remember the first time you saw Steve? No, I'm not being funny. Do you remember the first...
Yeah, but I've said this before, it's always, then you get used to how people look, and you don't... No.
I'm gonna burst. You have to play a record.
No, but...
Because I just see Steve's face.
No, but I got used to it.
Shut up. Shut up.